Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Sam and this is your third Adobe Illustrator tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you about type tool. So what type tool does? Whenever you need to write a text in your Adobe Illustrator document, that for example, you're going to design a letterhead for a company like Samsung, then you must need to write its name or its like contact number or whatever you need to write. You must need to write text. So for writing text, you need to use type tool, because you can write text in Adobe Illustrator only through type tool. So how type tool helps you to write text and how you can write text in different styles and patterns, I'm going to teach you today. So there is a basic type tool which you can see right here. Okay, so this is the fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just click on it. And now this tool will ask you to click somewhere, wherever you wanted to write. So let's say I am just clicking here, and now it will ask to write something. This bar here you can see is blinking. It means write anything. It will going to start from here. So I'm typing, hi, how are you? Okay, so now I have told you in the previous video that whenever you need to select your objects in Adobe Illustrator, you need selection tool. So if you wanted to select this whole text of yours as an object, you need to click on selection tool, and now you can see a bounding box around it. So you can easily click on it and grab it and drag it or move it all around. Okay, now if you wanted to change the font style, like you want to change the font family, as I'm using right now Source Sans Pro, but you are saying no, I want to use some other font, like I wanted to use Nexa. Okay, so here you can see I have clicked here and I write the font which I want to use. And if you don't know which font you want to use and you want to select an arbitrary font from the list of fonts available, you just need to click this drop down button, and there are multiple fonts already available in this Adobe Illustrator, or you can download it. So here there are different fonts. You can read the font family name from here on the left side, and there is a sample of how your text is going to look in that font. So let's say I select MyRead Pro. So this is how my text is going to look in MyRead Pro. Let's move back to Source Sans Pro, since I have to tell you something else. So now if you want to increase the size of your text, there are two ways. One way is to just click on any anchor point, these points that you can see at the corners and two at the centers of your bounding box are called as anchor points. So click on any anchor point and then drag it by clicking shift in order to keep it even, as I've told you in the last video that if you want to maintain the ratios of your object, you need to press shift. So press shift and drag your text from any one of the anchor point. Okay, so this is one way of increasing or decreasing size of your text, and another way is from here, font size. You can increase or decrease font size from here. Okay, so if you click upper arrow, it will increase size. If you click lower arrow, it will decrease size. Now the shortcut for increasing and decreasing size is Control Shift and greater than arrow. Okay, so and for greater than arrow and for decreasing the size, the shortcut is Control Shift and less than arrow. Okay, so this is pretty much about the size, increasing and decreasing. And now what is this? This is font style. For example, I am using here Source Sans Pro. So Source Sans Pro family has different font styles. So if you want to change my font style, so I can click on this drop down button and check out the font styles available. So as I have already downloaded and installed a lot of Source Sans Pro font styles, so I can select any one of them. For example, I select black italic, and here how it looks. So move to the next tool here. Just click on it for a few seconds and you can see different tools. Now what area type tool does? So area type tool is when you wanted to write your text inside a specific shape, then you want it, or inside a specific area, then you use this type tool. For example, I select a star. Okay, now this is a simple star, and now I wanted to write text inside the star, and I want that when I write finish writing the text, then it should my text should take a shape of a star. So what should you do? You should just click on area type tool and click on the boundary of this star, anywhere at the boundary of this star. So decrease the size to 12 pt because too large and star is too small. Okay, and start writing. Hi, how are you? And blah 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 and whatever, and if you keep on writing like this, so it will take a shape of a star like this. Okay, so this is how you can write inside a shape. Okay, now you must be thinking that this is not even, this is not that your text is not filled inside the star in a good way. This is because of the font style and font size and the type of font or font family you are using. If you adjust it, it will take some time, but it will exactly look like a star. Okay, now if you wanted to write something on a path, then you need to use this tool, type on a path tool. But before that, you need to know about path. So you must understand that in Adobe Illustrator, every shape is made up of points. Points, when we connect points, then those points make paths. And when those paths are connected, those paths make shapes. For example, I am going to make a line. Okay, so this line has 2 points. You can see right here, if I click on it, there's 1 point right here, this blue dot. Okay, and I'm going right here, and there is second point here. And when I connected these 2 points, these are anchor points, because these are called as anchor points in Adobe Illustrator. So when I connected these 2 points, I have a path right here. Now, how we can use a path to make shapes? So I am going to make 2 paths like this, and now I'm going to make a third path like this, and I'm going to make a 4th path like this. Now you can see here is a shape that is called as rectangle, and you can actually, I guess, okay, so here is a shape. So this is how in Adobe Illustrator we use points to make paths and paths to make different shapes. Let's delete these 3 paths, and this is the only path, and decrease its stroke to 2. Okay, now how can you write on a path? Okay, so in order to write on a path, for example, this is a path, but if, for example, you have a path like this, so, and you wanted to write on it, so how can you write on it? So for that, you need to use type on a path tool. So just click on it, and here you have an option, and type hi, how are you? So you can see it is typing according to that path. As your path is inclining downward, so your text is also inclining downward. Now if you wanted to type each like letter one above the other, and in order to make a vertical uh, text, so you can do that with vertical type tool. So how it works, let me show you. For example, I want to type the name of a company that is like Samsung. So how it's going to look, let me increase its size to 30 pt, and now look at it, Samsung. So Samsung. So this is how vertical type tool works. It places the letters one above the other. In this case, below each other. It places the next letter below the letter you are at currently at. Okay, so this is how vertical type tool works, and vertical type tool works. And now vertical area type tool. So how it's going to work? You can see right here that this is an area type tool, but it is writing your text in a horizontal way. But if you want to write text in a vertical way, so how it's going to work? Draw a star here, and I'm going to use vertical area type tool and click anywhere. And now I'm going to paste this whole content of this star, and you can see how it fits in this star. But now every letter is above the letter that's preceding it. So H is before I, and it's up to upper than I, and then it's next line and the next line, and so, moving on vertical, and just took a shape of somewhat a shape of a star. So now I'm going to teach you about vertical type on a path tool. So this is a path. I'm going to take a similar path. So let's take a similar path. This is an inclined path that is inclined downward. Let's increase its stroke, so you can see this path right now. And now I'm going to use vertical type on a path tool here. So it's going to type it like this. I guess you got the concept that it's going to type your text on your desired path, but again the next letter comes below the first letter, and goes on. So this is how these text tools work. And now I'm going to teach you touch type tool. So what touch type tool does, it gives you full control over each and every letter of your text. For example, if you wanted to change the position of this H in a tricky way, or you want to make it a beautiful style, like I want to move it a little upward, and now I click it and move it a little bit downward, and then for each of the text. So this touch type tool gives you whole control over your text and each letter of your text, and you can undo it by clicking Ctrl Z. So you can see when you click on any letter of your text, that letter separates into another bounding box, and you can drag it to increase its size, decrease its size, or you can also displace it by just clicking and holding it and moving it all around. You can also place it here. So this is what's the benefit of touch type tool, that it gives you whole control of your each and every letter of your text, so you can make some pretty good effects for your text. Okay, so that's pretty much for today, and hope you like it, and please subscribe my channel and keep watching. Thank you very much.